Let's welcome in Brandon Schneider, President and Chief Operating Officer of the Golden State Warriors. In case you haven't heard, we're going to get a WNBA team in the Bay Area in 2025. That's official. Brandon, I guess congratulations in order, and appreciate you joining us.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me on. We are super excited.
Okay, so what do we have to decide now? We have to decide on a name. We got to pick a GM, a president, a coach, all that kind of stuff?
You said it well. It's funny, we had a press conference this morning, and that's what I think we got asked 5 different ways. What's the name of the team? And we said, well, we just got the team today, but we are hard at work, and we've got fans already reaching out with ideas for the team name, so we got to do that. And then, like you said, we got to get the leaders in place, right? We got to get coach, GM, who's going to run the business. So a lot of things to do. But the good news is we've got we'll tip off in May of 25, so we've got time to work through all that.
Wow, Brandon, everybody's excited. I am. It is as much as you can share with us. Can you tell us when this vision came about, when the thought was like, you know what, we could get a WNBA team here in the Bay Area?
So if you know the history, and you probably do, Guru, Joe Lacob, as Rick Welts used to say, has lost more money on women's basketball than anyone else. I don't know if Joe appreciated that.
Wow.
But Joe was one of the original investors in the ABL, the American Basketball League, and he owned the San Jose team, which was the San Jose Lasers. Jennifer Azzi, who played at Stanford, was on the team. And then the WNBA came into existence in 1998. But that was basically the end of the ABL. So the point being, Joe Lacob has always been a huge fan, a huge advocate for women's basketball. When Joe and Peter bought the Warriors back November 2010, can't believe it's been almost 13 years, we always talked about basketball 365. We've got, obviously, the Golden State Warriors, we've got the Santa Cruz Warriors, but now we have a W team that plays in the summer, so you really will have basketball all year round. So this is something we've talked about for many, many years. We've obviously kept up with the league. I've gotten to know the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, very well in the last few years. And, we're waiting for the right time for the league.
Wow.
And right time for us. You're building Chase Center, right, which is a lot of work. We wanted to make sure this is something we could really focus on. So Chase Center's built, obviously. The pandemic is now well behind us. And the trajectory of the league has been great. I mean, attendance is up, viewership's up, merchandise sales, all of that. So we feel like, we honestly feel like we are the perfect team doing this in the perfect place at the perfect time.
Brandon Schneider joining us on 95.7 The Game. He's the president and COO of the Golden State Warriors. Let me ask you this, Brandon. Do you have the kind of relationship with Joe Lacob? And my sources said earlier today he's already promised a championship in the first 5 years. Do you have the kind of relationship with Joe where you say, Joe, we don't have any players yet, and you're promising a championship? Chill out.
Well, Matt, it's a good point. The fact that we don't have any players, we won't for a while. It'll be like late next year. So that's true. But you know what? I love it. And by the way, I do have the relationship with Joe where if I felt that way, I would tell him.
Gotcha.
I talk to Joe almost every day. But I actually loved it. I didn't know he actually said before he said it, I didn't. Brandon doesn't know I'm going to say this. I didn't, but I love it because honestly, he said it about the Golden State Warriors when they bought the team, and that, as well as anyone, Matt, Guru, you guys know this, was actually a wild thing to say at the time. I mean, we had missed the playoffs 17 of 18 years, yep. And he, as Joe likes to say, he delivered. It took 4 years, 9 months, and 11 days to deliver that first championship, and obviously we've had 3 more. But in terms of the W, I think, his job is to set the vision, set the tone, and just to say, like, look, we're doing this. We've invested a lot, and we're going to invest a lot of time, money, resources, all of it. And we're going to do it well. And we want to win championships. Like, we're not doing this to just have a team. We're doing this to have the best team.
Brandon, this is awesome. I'm kind of a nerd, so when I'm watching the WNBA games and I see NBA players courtside, it's just a good feeling like, okay, I love the support. Can you share with us how some of the Warrior players have taken this news, the fact that they're going to have a WNBA team here?
They are fired up, as you might imagine, and you just said it. Steph was at a game in Vegas, I think, a month ago. So Steph and Aisha are excited. Clay, Drem, I mean, all of our guys have been huge advocates for women's basketball, and now having one that'll obviously play games, where they are every day, is going to be great. So I expect to see our guys, sitting courtside at games, but they are very excited, as is, the whole organization. I was saying earlier, I get asked all the time. If I had $1 for every time I was asked about a W team, I'd be a rich man. I mean, between, people that work with us, fans, partners, media, everybody asks me. So it's today's been the culmination of a long road. We are so excited.
Yeah, I think the reason for that is because Joe Lacob was involved in the women's game before he ever was involved with the Golden State Warriors. He tried with the ABL, so he kind of came with a pairing or with the affinity for women's basketball for sure. Before you go, let me ask you this: I hear you're a big Niner fan. Who's going to win Sunday?
Uh-oh.
Well, I am a big Niner fan, as is Joe Lacob, by the way. Joe goes to basically every game. I mean, look, the Niners look to be as good as anybody. I mean, who's going to bet against the 49ers? Obviously we'll be at home on Sunday. Cowboys are good, but gosh, I mean, you look at that defense, all the skill positions. Brock Purdy's playing as well as any quarterback in the league, quite frankly. I think it's hard. I think it is hard to pick against the 49ers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're right.
Hopefully it's a good game. Hey, Brandon, congratulations, and really appreciate you popping on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and have a great day. Go Warriors.
Yes, sir. That's Brandon Schneider. He's the president and chief operating officer of the Golden State Warriors. We got